All right, fellas, bonus question. We're asking brewers, music is such an important part of the brewing process. We're putting a playlist together of all the brewers that we're meeting this season on the show. What are the bands that you're listening to specifically when you're making beer? There's no better guy to ask than you. I mean,
right. A band called High on Fire.
High on Fire?
Yep.
Okay.
That's probably nonstop. A band called Sumac. I'm trying to think what else I've been. It's a band called Ringworm that I've liked a lot.
Okay.
Lately. Yeah.
And Sumac, Ringworm, and High on Fire.
Yeah.
All right. When you're making beer, you get the playlist. What are you listening to?
We generally identify Bent River as a Steely Dan brewery.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, the Dan.
Steely Dan is what's on when you're making the beer. Okay. Rich?
I identify my music choices like I do my beer when that's someone asks me what's my favorite beer. It's the one that's in front of me at the time. So it's whatever album is in front of me at that time is the one I'm going to be playing.
I know, having been there, there's a lot of metal going on, but then also a lot of not metal going on. It tends to be more metal than not when I'm hearing it as a consumer, but in the brew house, you're just doing whatever.
Well, just like beer styles. There's
Yeah.
so many out there. You know, you can't just drink one style of beer the whole entire life. I mean, you can if you want to. It's no problem with that. But at the same time, there's a wide variety of things out there.
Let me ask the question a better way then. What were you listening to? Like, right now, are you still working on the garlic stout?
Garlic is almost out, but if you
Okay.
were asking what I was listening to
That's what I want to
at
know.
the end of my brew day today,
Yes.
was ZZ Top's first album.
Nice.
And it's called ZZ Top's first album.
1970, the first album. Good stuff. All right. We're at Textile in Dyersville. This is Nick. Nick, the question we like to ask brewers is, what music do they like to listen to when they're working in the brew house? When you're here and you're in the middle of it and you're soaking wet, give us a couple tunes from your playlist.
I listen to a lot of doom metal, actually.
Always with the doom metal.
So I've been listening to a lot of The Sword lately, which is kind of my go-to.
Okay.
And honestly, a lot of it's because you can kind of hear my music upstairs, and I don't want to scare people away by listening to anything too heavy. So I do like the doom metal. I'll do The Sword. I'll do Sleep. I like Metallica a lot, so I'll do that because it's kind of like a little more neutral.
And the great thing about Sleep is, they have one song that's an hour long, so
Yeah.
you don't have to really worry about changing
Yeah,
anything.
exactly.
Right,
That's a convenient part.
Perfect. All right, good to know. What is it with the brewers and the doom metal? I don't know. Collaboration is collaboration. Musical collaboration and brewery collaboration, it's the same muscles,
and
right?
the whole Deadhead series lends itself really well to that. But the Hanson collab is truly one where we've really collaborated with a bunch of guys that are musicians, and they have their own brewery as well.
Right.
You know, the first year at JBF, it was Taylor, and then Isaac. It was Taylor and Isaac the second year, and then Taylor, Isaac, and Zach the third year.
Wow.
And then it was kind of done. But they were in between shows last fall between Chicago and St. Louis, and they stopped by the brewery. We finally got to talking about how to do our collaboration, which comes out this year.
So those
or
guys
this weekend
don't just own a brewery. They're into the brewing process.
Yeah.
You see, in my mind, and I know maybe I'm alone here, but in my mind, they're always going to be like 12 years old. But they're now in their 30s.
Oh yeah,
and they are
great musicians. They're great musicians,
and they're writing recipes like they write music.
Yeah, because and I think a lot of it, in terms of brewing being art and a science, they're so creative on the music side. It translates really well into beer creation as well.
Right.
So anyway, we got to talk about the collaboration, and we're going to release that this weekend at a Hop Jam down in Tulsa.
Right on.
It's called Pink Moonlight, which is a reference to some of their lyrics in one of their songs. It's a peach milkshake IPA, so it'll be released this Friday here and then down in Tulsa. So,
you ever hear the band? Was it Tinted Windows? Was that their band?
No.
No, it was like the Hanson brothers and like one of the guys from Smashing Pumpkins. And I want to say Bunny Carlos from Cheap Trick. I could be wrong. My apologies to all the Hanson fans if I'm getting that wrong.
Right.
When you're back there making the beer, and this is a question we're asking a lot of brewers, because this is the sort of thing that fascinates me. What kind of music are you listening to?
I vary. XM radio. So for me, usually it's lithium.
Okay,
you
so
know,
like a 90s alternative kind of
alternative,
thing.
yeah.
Does any of that inform your choices as to how you're brewing? I mean, you can't put lithium in beer. You'll go to jail if you do that. That's not an ingredient you can do.
Not a lot.
Right.
You know, maybe more fall. You know, when we start getting more higher ABVs and you know, really pushing things.
All right, Nate and Penny, it's time for the lightning round now. I'm going to ask the question that we're asking brewers everywhere. When you're back there brewing,
Right?
are you listening to music?
Absolutely.
Oh, jeez.
Absolutely.
And is there a particular playlist that you have together? What artists
Oh man.
do you have to hear when you're back there making beer?
When I'm back here making beer,
I'm going to
it's
guess
a lot
it's
of.
a lot of John Williams theme songs.
Unfortunately, it's not John Williams.
Okay,
themes,
okay.
But
Well, I would've
it
lost money.
may have.
I'm
come
wrong.
in
I'll
little
take
bit
a
there,
drink.
But yeah,
I'm gonna say for you,
Sure,
it's
go
mostly
ahead.
ska,
very good.
punk.
Yep.
Ska and punk.
Yeah.
Like, give us bands if we're putting together
Real
a
Big
playlist.
Fish, Mighty Mighty Boss Hounds, Bucko 9,
Skank and Pickle.
Skank and Pickle, Sludgeworth,
Oh, Less Than Jake.
Less Than Jake,
Pick it up,
Sidekick
pick it up,
Kato.
pick it up. It's fantastic.
Yep.
True story. We were listening to Real Big Fish as we pulled in.
Very nice.
Am I lying?
Is it the beer song?
No, it's a song whose title we can't say on television.
Okay, very good.
Once we turn the cameras
Right.
on, I'll share. You've already put it together. So ska. This is the first ska brewery we've dealt
Yeah.
with. You can definitely taste it in the beer. Excellent stuff. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
They do go together. So music and beer, like it's all creative, it's all art, it's just a different medium.